How's it going, and welcome to the Guitar Effect. My name's Rob. In this video I'm going to make my first review of a Baum guitar. Baum are a kind of, I think, sort of alternative style look and feel set of instruments out of Denmark. And this is the first one I've got. It belongs to the guitar player in my band, Dan, and this is it. It is the Wingman, right, which is kind of like an offset but sort of angular thing all of its own, basically. It's a really, really, really amazing guitar. And interestingly, it's an amazing guitar that it's not for me. It has a very distinctive sound, and one that is not, I would have some use for it, but I wouldn't have enough use for it for me to buy this specific model. But the quality that is in these guitars, the originality and the craftsmanship is just off the charts. Like, and more than anything else, it's the originality. This is the Wingman. So what you have is you have two, they're kind of gold foil pickups. They're original pickups, and they're sort of styled after Jazzmaster single coils in a P90 size enclosure, but with gold foil stuff going on. They're kind of like very hollow sounding single coils. That's what my experience of them was. You have those paired with a roller bridge and a proper Bigsby, a rosewood neck. At least I think it's rosewood. I'm just going to get the specs up again so I know what I'm talking about. I have the specs here on my computer, and I just want to know what I'm talking about. The neck is, the fretboard is rosewood 12-inch radius. So you have a rosewood neck with a roasted maple. Yeah, roasted maple, rosewood fretboard, I should say, with a roasted maple neck. You've got this really nice neck plate with a nice engraved Baum original kind of thing written on it. Got this kind of really light blue. I think it's called Seafoam or something like that. Sea Sparkle maybe. Kind of a metallic blue, really, really small fleck finish. Got these crown inlays which are really, really amazing, and then this quite original looking headstock, which again is just, from a sort of indie alternative guitar, this is like gold standard, you know what I mean? It has its own thing going on. It's got this really cool little logo here on the scratch plate as well. It's just a really, really, it just oozes cool. And then it's got volume and tone for volume, and then an overall tone. It's just it's not very heavy, but it's not like ridiculously light either. It's got a bound edge fingerboard as well, and I'm just super impressed with how distinctive and original this is. And I'm definitely going to get myself a Baum, just not specifically this one with these pickups. And also, I can't play the same guitar as the other guitars in my band. That would be really lame. But could play another Baum. So just to tell you about my experience with it, right? So unplugged. It's really resonant and it plays like a dream. It has not been by far the easiest guitar I've ever had to keep in tune, but it's not massively problematic. It's got Baum original tuners. I'm going to put photos up on the screen in a minute and go through the specs. But so here it is. This is the Baum Wingman. What I've done is I've recorded the guitar part in one of my band's tracks with it, that I think it suits that one song really, really, really well with tonally. So here is our song Don't Look Down, using the Baum Wingman to record the main guitar. So, there you go. I think we can all agree this is a absolutely beautiful and super original guitar, and that it has a very distinctive sort of hollow sound. It sounds like a hollow body, but it's not, right? That's all coming from the choice of pickups and how they're voiced. So what I'm going to do now is put some photographs up on the screen so you can get a really good look at it and go through some of the specs. So starting with the body shape is Wingman. The body's made of mahogany. The bridge is a Baum levitator. The tailpiece is a Bigsby B50. It's a polyurethane finish, and the strap buttons are strap locks. The neck has a 25.5 inch length. It's a Baum Modern C profile. It's got a roasted maple neck. Fretboard is a 12 inch radius rosewood. The inlays are called the Baum Crown. The binding is ivory white, and the frets are 22 medium jumbo nickel. It has the Wave TM headstock, which is like their trademarked shape. 6 in line, and the logo styles Baum Gold Classic. Truss rods dual action. Tuners are Baum Precision Tuners 21:1 gear ratio brass. The pickups are called Jab Masters. Very good. The type is single coil J styled. The shape is P90. Neck output is 8.5k. Bridge output 10.5k, and the magnet is Alnico 5. And the electronics are a 3-way toggle switch. The potentiometer is a 250k. The capacitor is 0.47 UF, and the controls are neck, volume, bridge volume, and master tone. So there you go. The really quite amazing Baum Wingman. So what I'm going to do now is give you a listen to some sounds with it. So here is the audio demo of the Wingman. Okay, so it's a demo of the Wingman today. I've got a little bit of a pedal board set up. So I'm going to add the guitar into the Diva Drive by T-Rex, into the Electric Vibe Phaser/Univibe by OPFX, into the Constellator Analog Delay by Pigtronics, and then into the Solid Studio Mark II by NuX as my amplifier. So I've got a few effects in front of an amplifier because I think it's important to show different sounds. Right, so here is the clean sound set to with the amplifier set to a deluxe reverb. So that is the, I'm just going to fix my mic a little bit. That is the neck pickup. With a bit of reverb on. This guitar sounds completely different. Completely different is the wrong word. It's like an amalgamation of a load of things that I've played before in terms of its sound. To me, is incredibly modern feeling. It's got like a satin fingerboard. By the way, if I'm repeating myself, I always make the demo part of the video before I do the intro, so I know what I'm talking about in the intro. It's also not the easiest guitar to get in tune. So, it has this sort of hollowy kind of sound. In the middle setting, it's got like a bass end, top end, and do you know what it kind of sounds like to me? It kind of sounds like a slightly fatter Jaguar with an F-hole, is what I would describe it. But there's something quite P90ish there too. So for kind of, funky stuff. The hollow character has a nice thing to it there. What I really like about this guitar is different. So if I add a little bit of overdrive then with the Diva Drive to the deluxe sound. I wouldn't use it for blues licky kind of stuff. Okay, so that's the Fender amp, right? Let's go up to some gain settings. I'm going to move up to the, I'm going to move back to the Vox now. The hollow characteristic of it, I think, does work a little bit better there. Bit of drive on the Vox sounds, I'm getting slightly heavier sounds. And going up to a sort of a martially kind of sound. With an overdrive pedal. Right, this is a very, oh, and that's a volume for the neck, volume for the bridge. This is a very specific sounding guitar, it has a very hollow character, lacking in mid-range. Pickups are really, really interesting. Bigsby works really well. If I go back to the Fender sound for a second, just try some sort of more ambient kind of stuff. Yeah, it's nice. It's trebly sort of cut through is nice in that space. Okay, so for me, if I was going to buy a Wingman, right, and I'm not ruling out Baum, but I was going to buy a Baum, I should say. If I was going to buy a Wingman, this has too much of a specific sound for me to spend as much money on a guitar as this costs. It's really, really specific. It's like, just, what I'm going to do for a second is I'm just going to grab a telly, right, to show you the difference between this and a telly. So here's my like mech standard telly from about 20 years ago, or 10 years ago. Tone backed off. With a drive pedal. Point being, it is more mid-range, it has a comparable amount of bass and more top end. It also just feels like a more robust sound. Not that the Baum doesn't sound good. This is just a more standard sounding guitar to my mind. And I think that has merit. If I grab the Baum again and plug it in again, it's just a bit more hollow sounding. It's just not nearly, it's way louder than the telly. But it's got a really cool sound, kind of surfy, jaguar-y kind of sound, but it's very, very specific. So the Wingman wouldn't be for me, but I'm definitely interested in looking at more Baums. So, there you go, the Wingman. What a really astoundingly made, originally styled, just like dripping with attitude instrument. I absolutely love it. It's just a shame that this particular model is just not voiced to the sound that I like to get with my guitar. So, if you're looking for something that's a bit different, I think this is about €1,800 new, which is an expensive guitar, no question. But I think you're getting something that is truly original and built to an unbelievably high standard. So yeah, check out Baum guitars. This is a Wingman. So as always, if you watched this far, I say thanks. And if you have enjoyed what you've seen, please like and subscribe. Any questions about the Wingman, throw them in the comment section down below. And I'll see you in another video again soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.